man. Glad to see you all back.
Good to see you too, man. Like, it's good to not have on a screen.
I'm sure you don't want to do this on WebEx. I'm sure we can set something up.
Not at the win.
You know, Taggart, I just want to start off.
Hold on, let's let him know about the team first and your game and some of the things that you guys accomplished today.
Well, I thought I was really excited with our team. I thought since I've been here, that's the first time we played a complete game, offense, defense, and special team. And I challenged our guys that this week. You know, I challenged our guys to a lot of things. You know, I challenged our offense. It was time for us to step up. Our defense has been carrying us since I've been here, and we never played in a game where we've been up and allowed our defense to pin their ears back. And I told them I wanted to see what it was like, you know. And our guys, we started off slow there in the first half, and coming in halftime, I was on our O-line and challenged them and our offense once again. Time is now. We got 30 minutes to show with all of our fans back, you know, us celebrating Coach Lutzenberger's here. It was good to see our guys respond to all the challenges that I put towards them, and it's good that they did it with a lot of former players back here, and just the environment. This student session was awesome. It was great to see they were really into it, and I know our guys fed off of it. So thank you to them and everyone that showed up today. That was big time.
You know, you're kind of mentioning how a couple days ago that you wanted to see a complete game from your guys, whether it be offense, defense, special teams. Would you say that since you've been here in Boca and FAU, that was probably the best game you've been?
Oh, by far. You know, that was by far the best game we played here, and that's how we can play. We got talent on this football team. Getting back to our winning ways, I told our guys at the beginning of the week, you know, our losing streak started with Georgia Southern, and it was going to end with Georgia Southern. And our guys made sure that happened today here at home.
What kind of things did you like when you saw from Nkosi Perry? Like, what kind of with his game, kind of break that down a little bit?
I like the touchdown passes. They were pretty good. I love the fact that he didn't turn the ball over. You know, that was really good. But again, he's showing the kind of player that he is. He's showing what he's bringing to our offense. You know, I think you all can see our offense looking a little different when he's out there, and he's again, he still doesn't know the offense that well. He's still growing each game. He's just getting better, you know. And I think we all can see he got better from game 1 to game 2, and I think the more he continues to get the reps, the better he's going to be at it. So we need him to continue to improve and continue to do what he's doing, especially taking care of the football.
And Coach, kind of touching on that, what did you see from Perry today that you wanted to see out of him last week?
Well, getting rid of the ball, and then protection, making sure we're in the right protection. Again, one thing I talked to him, he was pushing Derek sometime, getting to the line and running the play. You know, sometimes it's too much talking, too much. And it's not just him, but I mean, there's other guys that understand and know what to do, and they ask him, and he's got to tell them, and the clock is running down. So, but being better at that, and I thought he was better today than he was the first game when he came to that.
Coach, Kiki obviously had the fumble there on Georgia Southern's second drive. And you guys weren't able to get the points off there, but how much momentum changer was that for?
It was big, you know. I challenge our guys. You guys hear me say this every week, to get us 3 takeaways, you know. And so to see that ball on the ground, especially against this football team, it was great. And then to see that Kiki was a part of it, it was nice, because I talked to Kiki this week. It was like, you know what, this would be a perfect time, being at home, you know, to get a crowd and everybody what they want from Kiki and what they remember seeing with Kiki. And it's good to see that he was able to go and make a play for us there.
The offense was obviously very explosive today, and it would be a disservice to not mention what LaJohntay did today. 124 yards touchdown with actually nuts. I just wanted to, obviously still listed as a freshman as well. I just wanted to see, like, is this the start of what can be an amazing career here at FAU?
Well, we got a young team, man. A lot of those guys out there making plays going to be around here for a while for us, you know, and that's great to see. And like I said, LaJohntay, he's a freshman. Last year was kind of, we just threw him out there in the wolves, with the wolves, and he survived. And he survived, and it made him that much better. And now he's so confident in his ability and what he's able to do, and he have a great understanding of our offense, you know. And he's one of those guys that you look for to try to make some plays out of. He's one of our explosive players on the field. So we got to continue to try to find a way to get him the ball and a couple other guys. I mean, each week you see somebody else new coming up, and I think because we do have other guys, and I look for more guys to step up and make plays for us as we continue to move forward.
Coach, you talked about playing a complete game, but as a coach, you know it's all about progression and getting better. What do you feel your team needs to do before you guys take on Fort Hill next week to be better than you were today?
Well, we got to start fast. Again, that's something we haven't really done. We got to start fast, especially offensively. Getting down and scoring. I love to see our offense scoring open possession. It's been a while since we've done that. So being able to do that and not only score fast but be consistent early. We wasn't consistent early in this game, and we finally got it together, and then things took off, especially in the second half. But being like that from the start to the finish, that's where we got to get to now. How we can start the game that way and finish it that way. But I was really happy to see that our guys were able to bounce back from that rough start, especially offensively, and then come out. I don't know how many drives we had in that second half, but I think it was only one of them that we didn't do anything. But after that, our guys were taking care of business, and again, that was really good to see out of our offense.
Defensively, compared from the last game, giving up 400 yards rushing, going into this game, that first quarter, it seemed like that Georgia Southern really caught you guys off your toes, and you come back, and it was a much better just way of defensively minded. I just kind of wanted to know what you saw in that second half defensively.
Well, we knew coming into this game, Georgia Southern was going to get some plays. Typically when you play an option team and things like that, that first drive, they get you, and you take some adjustment. And I thought our defensive coaches did a great job of making some in-game adjustments to help us in the rest of the drives when they came out. So kudos to our defensive coaches and our players for taking those adjustments and going out on the field and executing the things that we asked them to do. So that was good to see. But we knew they were going to make some plays there early, and just told them we don't fold. We just fine. And we always talk about the tougher it gets, the better we play. And again, it was tough there early, and our guys started to play better.
Coach, John Mitchell, obviously, as the tight end, and today had 2 touchdowns. I can see you smiling. Is that because it's kind of really starting to be put together for him at tight end?
Yeah. One, I'm just so happy for John. For what he went through. We were dependent on him last year, and he got hurt, and then he worked his tail off to get back, and then he came back, and then we moved position to tight end. But John didn't complain or anything. He's like, whatever you want, coach. I want to help the team. And I feel like we moved him to a position that's going to really help his career take off. And we moved him to the position, but he's putting in the work to make that position what we needed to be. And I'm just so happy for him that he's having the success that he's having. And again, we got to make sure that continue to happen for us as we continue to move forward.
Coach, Malcolm Davidson and Larry McCammon averaged 7.1 yards per carry and 6.9 yards per carry. How important were their performances today? Just keeping the offense on the field.
It was big for a lot of reasons. We had the ball, I think, 33 minutes, which is awesome against this team. Usually that's reversed, And I talked to our guys how we couldn't lose possession against Georgia Southern because we knew coming in we weren't going to get many possession, but we couldn't turn the ball over and get them extra possession, But we also knew that we needed to run the football. And again, that's something we haven't done consistently enough since I've been here. And that's something that we want to be. We want to be able to run the football, And it was good. I heard Coach Perk challenge all those running backs before the game. And it was good to see them step up, And I love that group because you don't have anybody in there complaining about, I need this. They all excited about whomever in there, And they have an expectation for whoever in there. When guys don't do right, they all are on them when they come off. And it's great for the coaches because we don't have to do it. They look out for each other when it comes to that. But it's great to see whomever in the game, we don't have to change our playbook up or anything. We can continue to call the plays and they can get the job done for us. And I think you saw tonight that we had multiple running backs in the game at times as well. Again, all those things you're going to see as we continue to move forward and try to put our best players on the field to help us score some points.
Coach, one thing that didn't really change too much from last game was the pass protection. The offensive line gave up 5 sacks compared to last week's 6. What kind of things are you looking for that offensive line to improve even more going into next week?
First, I got to look at that that film, I don't think you can, just because you get sacked, that's not always on the offensive line. There's other people in there blocking too. But again, so I hate to say that that's all on the offensive line. Again, you hate giving up 5 sacks for sure, but we got to look at this film and see what and why those things are happening and try to get them correct. But it's hard for me to just sit and say it was all offensive line tonight, and I haven't watched the film yet. So I don't want to put that all on them, but we got to be better. We can't keep giving up that many sacks.
Well, I guess I'll hit you with that question again on Monday or Thursday then.
Absolutely. I have an answer for you then.
Anybody else?
Coach, how does it feel to still be undefeated at home?
Hey, that's again, we take pride in that. That's one of our goals when we start the season is to be undefeated at home. Knowing if we be undefeated at home, we got a chance to have a really good football team. You know, it's nothing like just taking care of your home, and nothing like someone else coming into your place and beating you. You know, that's not supposed to happen. And I got to take pride in that. We need to continue to keep that going. It's pretty cool.
What you saw out there and coming away with the win at home.
I mean, out there we just executed today. That was the biggest thing that Coach Tad kind of put into the offense throughout the week was the execution. And me and Coach, we were just connecting today, and it feels great to win the game for our season opener. So that was a good feeling.
Obviously, there has never been a receiver with over 100 yards since 2019 for FAU during the Boca Raton Bowl. How important is that for you just to have one of the best performances we've seen in a long time out of an FAU receiver?
I mean, it's a blessing, but we're not finished yet. It's just the beginning.
You know, Coach was telling us beforehand that, talking about you that compared to last season, you're much more confident. Would you agree with that?
Definitely, and that just comes with like a lot of reps. I got a lot of reps through the spring, and I got more in my playbook, so I felt comfortable out there today.
LaJohntay, it always seems like you're that close to breaking one for you. You're that close to having that big game. And does it feel like today is finally the day where it's all starting to come together?
Today definitely was a big game for me, but it wasn't the best game for me. I got a lot to still improve on, and we just got to go back to work tomorrow.
What kind of things are you looking to improve on?
My blocking, that was one of the main things in my off-season work, to work on getting stronger, bigger, faster, so I can pull away from defenders and I can be able to take hits. So that was the main off-season workout that I was doing.
Did you think you got your foot in? Were you nervous when they went to replay?
Yeah, I definitely was nervous. That's why I looked back at the ref to see what he was going to call. So when they made it official, it was just a great feeling.
So you actually got to celebrate twice.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, how would you evaluate even just kind of being with Nkosi as well? I mean, how do you see that connection between?
He a great quarterback, great leader. He puts the ball, he gives us a shot. And that's all we ask for as a receiver, just to give us a shot. And today he gave me multiple shots.
For the first time in your collegiate career, FAU football was allowed to go over and greet the band and cheer with the FAU students. How is that feeling for you?
I mean, ever since they opened up the stadium and stuff like that, full capacity, everything, like the campus too, like I just been getting this full college experience now. It's been great.
All right, anyone else?
I have a fun question for you. I know you're out there celebrating all the time, so I want to ask you, which one of those two celebrations after that touchdown were you happiest with? The first one or the second one?
The first one, just because that initial feeling of scoring the touchdown. You feel me? So the first one got to be my favorite.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We talked about how happy you were, or the smile that you were wearing on your face, and you responded back with how happy you were. Can you just talk a little bit about the team chemistry and how you feel at FAU and everything that's going on?
Overall, I feel great. I love every single guy on the team. I feel like they accepted me with open arms. They let me in to their band of brothers. I came here and just wanted to be a part of what they had going on already, and I just wanted to help the best way I could. And I'm just happy to be here. Like I said, I'm in a good place.
All right, questions?
To you, obviously, because you obviously put up a great day, over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. What's different from week 1 to week 2?
We still had some mistakes, but I think we eliminated more mistakes than we had in week 1. In week 1, I feel like we beat ourselves from the first quarter. We were killing ourselves. I think if we would have played a better game on our part, we would have been in a dogfight with Florida, if not on top. I don't think they did anything to like stop us. We stopped ourselves.
Cozy, you and John Mitchell today seem to have really good chemistry, you know, especially when you guys needed big plays and he came up with 2 big ones, you know, for touchdowns. What did you see out of him today, and you know, what makes him really important for this offense?
John Mitchell comes to work every single day of the week. That's what it takes, the preparation, the confidence he had. As you can see, he still wears his knee brace, but earlier, when I first got here, you can tell by the way he run that he wasn't comfortable with it. He didn't trust it yet, but every single day I think he's getting more comfortable with it, and he's having fun out there just as well as I am.
What kind of things have you seen from yourself and mechanically that you've improved from last week to this week to kind of have that big game that you had today?
I try to eliminate my mistakes too. I still feel like I left a lot of plays, a lot of throws out there, and we could have put up more numbers and more points, but I don't know. I feel like I made more plays than I did in the Florida game, but I still missed some throws and a few things that I want to get corrected.
With this being your first home game at FAU, how was it going in, hearing the energy from the crowd and kind of seeing the stadium for the first time for a game situation?
To be honest, it was amazing. I wasn't sure what kind of crowd we were going to have, but I don't know if that was a big crowd or not, but I think it was a big crowd. It was amazing. Like I said, it was so fun playing on that field out there in front of those fans. It was amazing.
Because, you know, being able to move the ball is one thing, but then to finish drives, do you see that as your job as the quarterback to get the team to finish drives and put points up rather than just moving the ball?
I feel like it's my job to keep the team locked in and composed and focused even when we're moving the ball. And if everyone does their part, I feel like as a collective group, we'll get in the end zone doing it together. But like after our first few drives, I told the guys, like, I just didn't feel like they were used to like moving the ball the way we were moving the ball, because every time we get a first down, we have a negative play. Like we're hurting ourselves again. Nothing the defense was doing, but after like a big play, we'll get a negative play, a penalty or something like that. And I was just telling them, like, we got to get used to this, because we're going to move the ball and we got to score. We just got to finish.
You know, we asked LaJohntay about you. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on him and what he did today and how you see that connection moving forward.
LaJohntay is just an all-around baller. He's a great football player. He's smart. As you can see, he's one of those guys. He can have a 3-part route. If he sees a certain coverage, he can run this route. If he sees something else, he can turn it into this. And he's one of those guys I trust to do that, obviously.
From an offensive standpoint, how big was that turnover early on in the game when they were about to punch it in?
That was huge. That was huge. We needed that a lot. Even if they would have scored that drive, I know we would have came back and still got the W. But that was a huge turning point, momentum swing in the game, and we had to capitalize off of it, which we did.
How exciting was it for you and the rest of the quarterback room when Nick got the chance to get out there and then he punched it in for the touchdown? Was that really exciting for the quarterback room?
Yeah, definitely excited for the quarterback. I wish all the quarterbacks get to play, because I know how it feels to want to be in the game so bad and you just can't do anything about it. So I'm happy for Nick. I'm happy for the team. I'm just happy all around. I'm proud of our guys for sure.
Cozy, I spoke with Malik, a couple days ago, and he mentioned that you two were working on your touch and improving your touch.
Malik Rozier?
Yeah,
okay.
And he mentioned that you guys are trying to work on your touch throughout the summer. Was today and that touchdown pass to John Mitchell, that second one, kind of showing what you guys were working on?
Yeah. Malik is a great quarterback coach. Believe it or not, I think he's one of the best out there. He's very young, and I think he's only going to get better. And the thing about Malik, he sees all the little things. He sees those small things that you may not even notice. But after he pointed out to you, then you can feel exactly what he was talking about.
So now you're back in the one column, and obviously now the focus is on Fordham now. I mean, what are you looking for in practice to improve on you and your offense, even though you guys put up 38 points? Is there still stuff to improve?
Oh, there's definitely stuff to improve on. Always stuff to improve on. I don't know too much about Fordham. We'll pick up on them starting tomorrow, I'm sure. But as for us, it's us. I feel like it's us against us. If we play good, if we do the things that we're supposed to do, no one can stop us, no matter who the opponent is.
Thank you. And at Boca again, and how big that fumble recovery was? Or forced fumble.
You know, it's just a great feeling to be back in front of the home atmosphere. It's almost a dream come true. Just feeling the energy from the fans from coming out of the stadium, and then, you know, hearing a couple fans call me, like fans I remember from 2019, just telling me like, come on, let's go. Remember 2019? I'm like, hey, you right, man. You know, bring a little bit more energy though. So just a great feeling all in all. Had fun today. I had a couple penalties I was upset about, but you know, hey, you live and you learn. But yeah, it was a great feeling though.
And the fumble?
Oh, the fumble, yeah. I feel like it's perfect timing. You know, our coach stressed a lot about getting the ball out this week, and I felt like that was an emphasis point, and I just felt my hand snatch his arm down and the ball come out. I'm like, definitely, that was it. I needed it. And it was just perfect timing because they were about to punch it in, and one play can just shift momentum like that, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, you talk about kind of how the first game against Florida was your first game back, your first home game back. Personally for you, how are you feeling? Are you 100% kind of the rest is gone, or how are you feeling going into the rest of the season?
You know, I'm locked in. I can say that for sure. Like every game, every snap I play like it's my last, because you never know when your last snap is. So I take that very serious. And as far as like every game for the rest of the year, I take it one week at a time, one day at a time. Every day is a work day for me. Every day is a work day for my teammates, and you know that's the kind of mentality I try to bring for myself so others can see. And you know, I feel like everybody has started to develop that type of mindset. So it's a great atmosphere to have a lot of guys who come to work every day ready to work.
You said you obviously didn't play against those guys last year, but you being from Georgia, you said you're very familiar with them. To shut them out after that first drive and to keep them 26 minutes of possession, how important is that to being able to beat a team like that loves to just run the ball each clock? You know, because they had a lot of confidence at the beginning, thinking like, oh yeah, we can run the ball. These guys can't stop the run. This, that. Nah, bro. After the first time they scored, we made an emphasis that they weren't getting back in the end zone. Really didn't want the boys to pass the 50, but they got a couple lucky plays. But, you know, I feel like we just locked in. Like I said, we came to work. Like everybody tightened the ties, closed the suitcase, picked it up, and everybody said, let's go to work.
Yeah, you guys walked in with the suits on. We knew you were about business.
I'm telling you, another business day. I'm telling you, it's a work day, bro. You know, Coach Taggart had the suits made for us, and nice, bro. They feel good too. Feel awesome.
Can you talk about facing an offense like that? Does it take a minute to adjust to that offense? I know you guys worked on it, obviously, but it's different when you see somebody like that running it, that runs it at that kind of type of level, right?
Actually, I'll say this, and I'll give credit to our scout team this week, because the tempo they gave us was way faster at the beginning of this week than we saw today. To begin with, you know, it was like the speed of Georgia Southern picked up over time, but what we got from our scout team the whole week was way faster. So, you know, our reads were pretty quick. You know, it was something we had to adjust to for sure with the week, but you know, I just want to give credit to those guys. I feel like a lot of people don't give credit to the scout team, and I just want to do that.
You know, early in the week you were talking about how going into week 2 you wanted to see from the defense the discipline, the tackling. I just kind of wanted to know your evaluation of the defense as a whole, and maybe you as well.
I feel like we still missed a couple tackles, including myself. But over time, it started to get better and better. We didn't let that slip up, and I feel like that was the cause of them scoring the first drive too. We missed a couple tackles. After that, though, like I said, we had to lock in, bro. It was like tunnel vision almost. Everybody did what they were supposed to do, did their responsibility, and you know, we came together like a puzzle.
Kiki, you know, you forced Georgia Southern to throw the ball 24 times. And I don't think there's a single player on that sideline that wants to throw that ball 24 times. You know, how important was that for you guys to, you know, get them into those situations where they have to throw the football?
We know they're uncomfortable throwing the ball. We know they're a run team, so you know, like I said, they came out with a lot of confidence because they were running the ball, moving the ball while they were running it. And as we noticed that they could only run the ball, they couldn't throw the ball, we were like, okay, we stopped the run, that's game. And that's exactly what happened. So we have our skilled players on defense. We know we can match up with a lot of teams that we play against. So we just want to give our guys the opportunity to make those plays. And they did when it came to them. So I just want to commend the guys with defense for making those plays when the ball was in the air, contesting and fighting for it.
All right, thank you.